Hello everyone, you're welcome to day two of childhood summer camp. And this particular class is for all the children. And the idea behind this class is that it's going to help the children navigate the whole process, navigate the summer camp on how they can get the best out of, the summer camp. Last week, yesterday rather, not last week, we had a orientation session with the parents. So this one particularly is for the children. Before we have a very first class web development with Mr. Fawa. Um, so the person that's going to be starting this summer camp for us is our camp director, no other person than Blessed Tete. So in this class, we are going to be calling her Auntie B. That's her name. So you can say Auntie B or Auntie B. Any of those ones work for her. So I would leave the floor for her now to begin the class immediately. Thank you so much. You're welcome, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Nfawa. Welcome, Mr. Esu. Welcome, everyone. So over to you, TeteBee.
Hello everyone, good morning. How are you all doing? I hope I can be heard and seen.
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Welcome to Come Kick Off with TeteBee. Please, I want to say don't call me Auntie B, but I don't know what else you're supposed to call me, so I think we'll stick to Auntie B. All right, so for today, we're going to be talking about confidence because the truth is that for you to be able to complete this entire course, you need to be very confident in yourself. And for me, right, throughout my primary school, secondary school, even up to the university, there were several things that I did. And to be honest, if I was not confident, if I did not think that I could do it, I would never have done it. So, in order to be able to complete this entire course, whether it is coding, programming, content writing, graphics design, whatever course you are picking, in order to complete it, you need to be very, very confident in yourself. You need to believe that you can do it. So, I'm going to start by telling you what confidence is. So confidence is the feeling of belief or trust in a person or in something, right? You trust that this person is reliable, and you believe that this person can do a particular thing. And it's basically just a conviction that a person or an idea, an object even, is very dependable. Like when mommy goes into the kitchen to cook, she has confidence that as long as there is gas in the gas cylinder, once she turns it on, fire, and then, turn on the lighter, fire, right? And then she would be able to put the pot and put the rice or whatever it is that she wants to cook inside the pot. And then once she covers the lid of the pot, it's going to start boiling, right? It's going to start steaming, and before you know it, food will be ready. Um, let's see. Another example is chairs, right? We have chairs in our houses, we have chairs in school, at school rather. And before you sit on the chair provided by the school or at home, you don't just randomly sit. There are some chairs that have, the legs are broken. And if you sit on it, you will fall down and you're going to enjoy yourself. But if you look at a chair, it doesn't have any problem, right? And you decide to sit on it. You did not just decide to sit on it. You had confidence that this chair is strong enough to hold me, right? Whether you are chubby or slim, you have the confidence that okay, as I'm sitting on this chair, I'm not going to fall, right? And you sit on it. Even when you want to ride the bicycle, you have confidence that the bicycle can carry your weight. I hope I'm understood. I hope I'm not too fast as well. Okay. So I am going to take that as a yes. So there are different types of confidence and there are also different levels of confidence. But today I'm going to be taking you on self-confidence because in order to complete this program, you need self-confidence. Self-confidence is basically just having confidence in yourself. It's believing in your own abilities, your judgment, that's your decision making, right? I know you might think I am a child. Mommy and daddy are the ones that are making decisions for me. But no, mommy and daddy can tell you that, okay, I have bought a bicycle for you, right? It is now your decision to ride that bicycle or just to keep it there. See it. Mommy and daddy can buy a book for you. Your auntie can get you a book. It is your decision to read it, whether you want to read it or not. It is you that has to make the decision. So yes, you as a child have the right to make and take a step, make a decision. Do you understand? All right. So self-confidence is the belief in your own ability. It means that you yourself know that you possess skills to handle any challenge and you have the wisdom to make sound decisions. And you have the strength to achieve whatsoever goals you set for yourself. Do you understand me? Can I still be heard? Okay.
Yes,
All
we
right.
can hear
Thank
you,
you. So,
Bless. Can hear you.
yes, thank you. So basically, just believing that you possess everything that you need to handle any challenge that comes your way. That is self-confidence. When you first got a bicycle, I'm sure most of you got a bicycle. I did not. My brother did. And when he got a bicycle, he was so excited. I was nervous for him. I was really scared. I thought that if he climbs the bicycle, he will fall. Did he fall? Yes, he did. But my brother did not give up. He kept on trying and trying and trying and trying until he was finally able to ride the bicycle. I, on the other hand, did not believe that he could ride the bicycle. I also did not believe that I could ride a bicycle, right? So that's the reason why up to today, I cannot ride a bicycle. I do not want to learn how to ride a bicycle. Why? Because I lack self-confidence. My brother, on the other hand, doesn't lack self-confidence. He was so confident in himself. He believed that he could ride a bicycle. And he tried over and over and over again. And finally, he was able to ride a bicycle. My brother can ride different sizes of bicycle for the last time I visited home and I saw him, he was trying to ride a kid's bicycle. I mean, bro, you're tall, you're bigger than the bicycle, but he was still trying because he believed that he could do it. Now, when you are asked a question, another example is when you ask the question in class, you know the answer, right? Most times we think that the answer that we know is not correct. So we refuse to raise up our hands to answer the question. But that's wrong. It means that you do not have self-confidence. You do not have confidence in yourself. You don't believe in your own abilities. But if you know the answer and you raise up your hands and your teacher calls you and you stand up and you tell everyone the answer, what you think is the correct answer, is going to say, oh no, that's the wrong answer. If it's the correct answer, she will say, or he will say, that's the correct answer, and ask everyone to applaud for you. Is that not so? But you never would have gotten a, oh no, that is not the correct answer, or yes, that is the correct answer if you did not stand up, right? If you did not raise up your hands and, give yourself the opportunity to either be applauded or scolded by your teacher. I hope you understand all that I have said so far. All right. So in summary, self-confidence is simply believing in yourself, believing that you possess the skills and the wisdom to handle any challenge that comes your way, and also to make sound decisions. Okay? So now, as a child, how do you nurture self-confidence? How do you build self-confidence as a child? Yes, you can build self-confidence. You can become a very confident person. But not in an arrogant way, not in a way that will make people say, oh, this child is so rude. No, not that. I'm going to be telling you some ways, actually 4 ways to build self-confidence, right? And then at the end of the day, you'll be super proud that you did take this class, right? So the very first one is affirmation. The very first way to build self-confidence is affirmation. Affirmations can also be known as positive self-talks. So I think we'll go with positive self-talks. I hope you are taking notes, right? Ensure you are taking notes, you are writing. So number 1, positive self-talks or affirmation. So now affirmations are basically positive statements that a person repeats to themselves to challenge and overcome every negative thought that they have. For instance, mathematics. A lot of persons have problems in mathematics. There are a lot of persons that do not like mathematics. I do not like mathematics. I don't think I still like mathematics, but that is besides the point. Let's see, mathematics. So let's just assume that we're in a mathematics class and our mathematics teacher is about to teach us something new. And you're looking at the topic and you're like, oh my God, am I going to understand this? You might have thoughts like this, right? That, oh, am I going to understand this? From the topic, it looks so hard, though. Ha, God, I beg. Will I know this? I don't want to fail. And probably they're going to give a classwork afterwards. You might have these thoughts, and it's okay to have these thoughts, right? These thoughts are called negative thoughts. They are bad thoughts. They are not good for us. They do not help us build our self-confidence or self-esteem. So do you know what you're supposed to do? What you're supposed to do is speak positively to yourself. Yes, say good words to yourself to counter those bad thoughts that might be ringing in your head, right? So rather than saying I am bad at mathematics or that I am not going to understand what my teacher is going to say, rather tell yourself, I understand this topic. Before my teacher starts speaking, I am focused, right? You could say, I can get better at this subject or at this topic. At the end of the class, if you still do not understand, you can tell yourself that I can get better at this subject or at this topic if I try harder. You could say, all I need to do is practice. I will get better. I'm not bad at mathematics. I do not hate this topic. Positive words that will counter that bad thoughts. Another one is if you're scared of speaking in front of people. I know that a lot of us can get, really scared when it comes to talking in front of parents or our classmates. We are very shy, right? And you might feel like, oh, I'm so scared. I might fall down, I might vomit or something when I am in front of people trying to speak. Whenever you have those bad thoughts, you could say things like, oh, I am friendly. I can make new friends. I can speak in front of people. My voice will not crack. I will pass out the information I need to pass. I hope you're understanding me. And I'm not too fast, right? Okay. You could say things like this. Now you're about to take coding. You've never coded before in your entire life. And it might seem like a very exciting but very scary journey. And that is okay. So rather than say that, oh, I don't think I will be able to code, or that I might end up being bad at coding, don't say that. Rather say, I can code. I am a good programmer. It is easy for me to learn how to code. I will become a professional in no time. All I have to do is work harder. I hope you understand. So all we have to do, one of the ways in which we have to build self-confidence in ourselves as children is that we need to learn to speak positive words to ourselves to counter any bad thoughts that we have in our minds. Okay? So, like I said, number one is what? Affirmation or positive self-talks. I hope you understood that part. All right, so we're going to number two. Number two is be open to seizing opportunities. So you might be able to give yourself all the positive self-talks and just keep doing that forever. But if you give yourself an opportunity to grow by doing things like the step that you took in registering for this course is actually you seizing an opportunity to grow and become a better individual. Now, at the end of the day, you can go out there and there is a problem. And let's just assume that mommy and daddy took you somewhere, maybe a tech festival or maybe to work, and there is a problem. And you've studied web development, you studied content writing, right? And they're like, oh, there's a problem. This is the problem. And you overhear them. They're adults. So you're a child. You might think that this is where the bad thoughts might come in. That, oh, I don't think I will be able to help. If these adults cannot solve this problem, this idea of mine that I have to solve this problem, will it actually work? So you might have thoughts like this, and it's very okay to have them. It shows that you are a human being, right? You're breathing, you're alive. And now what you have to do is, first of all, use the positive self-talk. Affirmations. Affirm to yourself that you can do it and that the adults will listen to you. Now, once you have affirmed to yourself, once you have used the positive self-talks, you can now raise up your hands and say, please excuse me. I think I have a solution to the problem. And then when they look at you and want to laugh and tell you to move aside, you can say, no, please, uncle, auntie, I can actually solve the problem. You can go ahead to say that you're a certified content writer or a certified web developer, a certified coder, or a UI UX designer, and that you can actually solve the problem. Whether mommy or daddy is there to say, yes, he actually took a summer course or she actually took a summer course and can do this and has been certified, you open your mouth, right? Say it, I am certified. I can do this. Then go ahead to tell them, you said the problem is this, right? So this is the solution. I think if you try this or that, it will work. Be open to seizing opportunity. I'm telling you, you might end up even getting a job. Yes. I know you might feel like you are too young, but you might end up getting a job by just doing that, by seizing an opportunity, by taking actions, right? Our confidence only grows when we do things and when we prove to ourselves that we are capable of doing so much. I hope I can still be heard. All right. So number three, the third step that we need to take to building confidence is that we need to learn from our mistakes. Now, I get it. Whenever you make mistakes, whenever you do something wrong, mommy and daddy can, shout at you. Your teachers may shout at you sometimes. That is okay. I'm an adult, and I will tell you that it is our responsibility as adults to scold you, a child, whenever you make a mistake. And it's fine. It's not that we hate you. We just want to ensure that you know that what you're doing is wrong. and that you move past that. Okay? Now, on your own end as a child, whenever you are scolded for doing something wrong or for a mistake that you have made, I don't want you, even if you cry, it's okay to cry, okay? Even if you cry, I want you to realize that mistakes are like a missing puzzle piece, right? I'm sure that most of you have played puzzles and you've tried fixing and trying to, create beautiful images with the puzzle. And then sometimes there's a piece that is missing. And that piece is the mistake. Let's say you were sent to the kitchen to do something, right? And you start doing it, and then the next thing, you make a mistake, and maybe a plate gets broken. It's okay to cry. Mommy is going to scold you, dad is going to scold you, and it's fine. Do not beat yourself up. All right, everyone, welcome back. I'm so sorry for the break in transmission. All right, so we stopped at number 3. Learn from mistakes. So I said that we have, as children, we need to learn that making mistakes is a normal thing, right? It's normal for us to make mistakes as children. Now, I use the analogy, or rather the example of washing plates and then sometimes breaking it. And then I told you that it's a normal thing that when you break plates, that your parent will scold you. And I also said that I, as an adult, like your mommy and your daddy and your auntie and your big sister, it is our responsibility to scold you when we find out that you have done something wrong. It's not because we hate you. It's not because we dislike you. No, we actually love you and we are trying to correct you. Yes, most of the ways in which mommy, daddy, your uncles, your aunts, even your teachers, the way they reprimand you or scold you when you do something wrong might not seem right to you, and it's okay, right? So I want you to move past that situation and rather focus on learning from your mistakes. Yes, you can actually learn from your mistakes. Okay? How do you learn from your mistakes? First of all, you need to understand that a mistake is like a puzzle piece that shows you where you need to go next, right? So most of us play video games, and in these video games, you would see that there is a guide, right? Or when you're trying to fix a puzzle game, right? You look at the picture, you're trying to recreate that. And maybe while you're working, the guidebook or the guide pamphlet falls on the ground and you don't pick it up. And you think that, okay, I have this image in my head. I can fix this puzzle without the help of this guidebook. And then you go ahead to start fixing the puzzle. And when you finish and you look at the image and you realize that what is on the pamphlet is different from what you had done, right? You now say, oh, I made a huge mistake. Okay, you have made that mistake. Now, what are you supposed to do? Cry, sleep, jump, fall, roll on the ground, throw a tantrum? No. Even if mommy or daddy beats you when you break it, please, when you're done crying, what are you supposed to do? Pack the broken pieces and throw them away, right? Continue washing the remaining plates and be careful. That is what you're supposed to do. That is how you learn from your mistake. You were careless, you were playing, you were doing one thing or the other, and that distracted you from the plates that you were washing. So what are you supposed to do? Be careful. Now, back to our puzzle. What are you supposed to do next? Let me tell you what you're supposed to do next. You will go back and you will look at the guidebook and you're going to compare it with what you have. carefully, not just, oh, I've made a mistake. No, you will look at it carefully. Now, you will now look for those pieces that you had placed in the wrong place or the wrong part, and then you pick them out. Once you're done picking them out, you can now rearrange the entire thing. So, yes, you can learn from your mistakes. All right. Lastly, learn to praise your efforts, not just result. Don't look at the result. Don't focus on the result or the outcome. Focus also on what you have done, the efforts you put in, right? So let's summarize this. I hope you remember the 4 steps that we need to take in order to become better people, in order to build our confidence, to become very confident children, very confident individuals. So, what's the first one? Positive thoughts, right? Affirmations. Speak positive thoughts to yourself in order to overcome the negative or the bad thoughts. The second one is words. Can you remember what the second one is? Come on, come on, come on. Tell me, what do you think the second one is? Seize opportunities. Yes, that's what the second one is. Learn to seize opportunities, take actions, look for an opportunity to showcase that you are capable of whatever task that you're given. Number 3, learn from your mistakes. It is okay to make mistakes. It's a normal thing. Adults make mistakes. Mommy make mistake. I make mistakes. Your teachers make mistakes. Your elder siblings, they make mistakes. Your uncles, your aunts, your cousins, everyone make mistakes. It's a normal thing for people to make mistakes. Even in the Bible, we could find some Bible characters that made so many mistakes. Yes, even the president of our country, the governor, they make mistakes. Everyone makes it. It's a normal thing to make mistakes. But we do not have to dwell in the mistakes that we've made. All we have to do is do what? Move on from it and learn. Take a lesson from every mistakes that you make. If you break plates in mommy and daddy's kitchen, you have to think, okay, I did this last time and I broke a plate. What am I supposed to do this time around to ensure that I do not break a plate? Lastly, we need to learn to praise our efforts and not just the outcome. Okay? Learn to tell yourself kudos, you have done a great job, rather than focusing on, oh, I did not get 100%. No. Focus on the fact that you put in efforts. All right, so we have come to the end of today's class, and I'm so glad that you joined in on our CAM kickoff. All right, so have an amazing journey learning all of the skills that you have picked out to learn. I will be seeing you in most of your classes. Have an amazing day. Goodbye.